Welcome back. We are going to be continuing our journey into the realm of RF and power generation through the calculation age. So, last video we left off, I was getting ready to make this, the atomic reconstructor. I have also expanded out a couple of different things that I'm hopefully going to be able to get into at some point here in the future. But we're going to take a look at this first. So this is the atomic reconstructor, and if we look at this again, we've got enriched gold, reinforced iron, and iron casing for the big one. And then for the iron casing, it's going to be iron ingots, black quartz, and advanced machine casing. You want to use the Industrial Craft 2 one, not the Tech Reborn. The advanced machine casing requires carbon plate, advanced alloy, and steel plates, and a basic machine casing. Basic machine casing, 4 iron plates again, 8 iron plates, I should say. And then advanced alloy is a mixed metal ingot that you have to put into the compressor. And this is 3 iron plates, 3 bronze plates, and 3 tin plates. Get you 2 mixed metal ingots. And then you have to put that into the compressor, not the furnace, in order for that to work properly. And then eventually gives us this, the redstone, not the redstone, the atomic reconstructor. Now something that is recommended highly for this is when you first put it down, it's automatically the laser, which is this little green dot here. You want to make sure that there's plenty of space in front of it, because that laser is going to be there so you can drop stuff in front of it and do an atomic reconstruction, which we will mess around with that here in just a moment. But if you right click with the redstone torch, it'll go to deactivation, switch between deactivation and pulse. You want to keep it on pulse, because then what you can do is you can put a button on it, and then every time you press the button, it activates the laser. And if you don't have a button on there and you have it on deactivation, it's just going to randomly pulse out, and it's going to eat up whatever power you have in there. As you can see, it is slowly generating power. I have this survival generator in there, and I should put another one in there right now. I'm just using charcoal. I'll probably put a block in there at some point, but for right now I'm just using chunks of charcoal just to give it a steady influx of power. So it holds 300,000 RF, and I'm only at just under 60 right now. This actually right here is something that I found that I thought I was going to need, but I figured out I didn't, but I made it anyway because it's cool to have. This is the stone separator. So what it will do is you can put the ore in here and it'll separate it out into, well, in this case, like if you put iron in there, it'll do refined or reinforced iron and little bits of what's called small stone. And the small stone will be used later on, like later ages, for conduits and things like that. And then let's see if I can find it. I think I put it over here. Yeah, enriched gold ore, my bad. It makes enriched gold ore if you put gold ore in there, and it makes reinforced iron if you put iron ore in there. And then on the other hand, if you use the calculator, let's see, enriched, put that on a calculator, gold ingot plus redstone equals 4 enriched gold. So that is a cheaper way to do it, but this is probably something I'm going to be needing in the future, so I just ended up making it. Also, I went around, and it is raining outside, so I think I'm going to actually go to sleep now. Oh, my bog earth grew, so we'll take a look at that as well. So it does take quite a while, and if I remember correctly, actually looking at the wiki, it said you could go 2 out. So I think my next one I'm going to do that with, but you can see all the maturity is 100%, so it works out good that way. And some of you may have noticed I have a windmill. and we'll look at the little section of blocks over there as well in a moment here. So what this is going to be doing is eventually I will be making a second one, putting it over here, and I will be using this as a passive RF generator once I get the materials needed to get all that going. And then over here I have the same thing with a water mill going, because why not do more than one way? And besides, I think this looks pretty cool. And I have it going down in a little waterfall down into the pool area. And then if we go back down here over to this primitive staircase, I have cleared out this space here. We've got our windmill here, and we've got our water mill here. And what we're going to be doing is using this space to make the for the passing around of power from Immersive Engineering, because it's going to be a lot of wiring. If I put it up here, then that's less wiring that's going to be spread around down in this main area here. And I did complete my blast furnace, so it is going significantly faster. It does only use coal coke as far as, well, you can use charcoal to make the steel ingots, but the coal coke will last a lot longer. And then I still have this one going as well. Speaking of which, do I have any in here? I have 4 blocks. Okay. I'll put this in here. There we go. Alright. So, the thing on today's list is I have an atomic reconstructor now. So the next thing that I want to do activates redstone in area. If you put redstone blocks or iron blocks respectively in front of its laser and activate it, this now opens generating, storing, using power for everything from progressive automation, which includes automatically crafting, farming, mining, and killing. Also, you can craft a lot from immersive engineering, like the Connect Dynamo for water wheels and windmills, which is what I made. A much better power storage than the capacitors, and transferring power through wires and connectors. So I will be getting into that. Well, visually I like it. Solar Flux Reborn also offers cheap cables for low power needs. You can craft solar panels 1. Another useful block is the energizer inverter from actual additions to discharge items. You can also use the atomic reconstructor with the lens of miner as a way to mine resources. For automating, you can now also use integrated dynamics as well. And integrated dynamics is actually the one with the mithril trees. So that is definitely something that I want to get into. So I'm curious. I'm going to mess around with this. Where did I saw it? There it is. I'll just get all the redstone. And I'm going to come over here and might as well put in another stack of iron. I'm getting a little bit low on my iron ore. I'm going to need to go on another mining trip at some point. There we go. How are we doing? You're still going up, okay. So I'm going to make an iron block and a redstone block, and let's do a little bit of experimentation, shall we? So do I drop it? There we go. And Irion crystal. Sweet! And then this. Ha ha ha. Alright, so I can actually start making stuff now. Actually, additions. Firework box, that sounds like fun. Empower. That triggers a 3. Ooh, a display stand. That looks like fun. Let's see here. Compost, small storage. I forgot one of those. Auto placer, ender casing, long range breaker, solar panel. Let's see. Produces 8 RF per tick when it has direct daylight above it and is daytime. Any block above it that are transparent will decrease its efficiency, however. So I guess if I put like a glass or something above it, that's cool. Display stand. I looked at that. A drill. How do I do a diamond? Okay. So I put a diamond in front of the atomic reconstructor and makes a diamantine crystal. And I think I have a few of those actually. Single battery. I think what I'm going to actually do, yeah, we're going to go into Immersive Engineering. And what I'm going to need is I can now make those, and so I'm going to need hardened clay. But the other part that I'm going to need is relays, which I can do. And then there you are. And that's copper wire around a stick, and that was engineer wire cutters with plate. Okay, so I will go make a couple of those, and I'm going to see if I can actually connect this up to it, because that would actually make it a little bit easier with having to go up to 300,000 RF. So I will see you guys in just a little bit. Alright, so I now have 2 LV wire connectors, and I have LV low voltage, basically, wire relays. So let's go and see if I can't hook up. So if I put a wire connector there, okay, and then let's put right there. Alright, I got achievement, birds on a wire. And let's go right here. Okay. How far can I go? Okay, so I can still do that. Where was it? Okay. So if I put, oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. There. Okay, so it should be if I go right there, right? Yeah, and then right here, and right there. Now, again, this isn't the most efficient way of doing it, but this is just my initial setup. So eventually I will go into like how to actually get all of this set up properly. I'm not. It's not going to let me do it, is it? There we go. Okay, so I need to put that button there. Now, in theory, connection is obstructed. There we go. Now this should be going up pretty good. let's take a look. I still got a little bit left in here. Let's go and try to see. Yep, it's sucking it all out. It's a working. Okay, and then we'll just, yep, I gotta keep that open like that. But yeah, there we go. Is there somebody out here? I thought I heard somebody. Nope. Oh, they're on the other side of my wall. Okay. But yeah, I now am generating power. So yay! But I cannot. Something else I'm gonna have to do is, let's look. Let's see. Um, Eventually, I'm going to need to make this high voltage capacitor. So I will make that at some point because, as we've seen with some of the things that we need to make, we're going to be doing things in the million RF power. So I'm going to have to do that at some point, which I will. But voltmeter. Well, something else that I want to check out, and I made this in between videos. There we are. Engineer's workbench. So I'm going to place this down, and then I'm going to go to sleep. I want to see what this is. Alright, let's take a look at this. So if I go in here, that requires a blueprint, doesn't it? Or maybe I have to make something. Where's my handbook? There it is. Let's see. Nope. Construction. No. Tools, simple machines. Engineer's toolbox. Automated workbench. Turrets wouldn't be a bad thing to have. Tells the coil. There we go. Come to deal with some tools that can be optimized. Modify, should use a properly equipped engineer's bench. Insert the item and insert applicable upgrades into the new slots that appear. So I guess if I make the revolver, which, speaking of which, where is the revolver? Is that something I definitely want to make? Or a railgun. That would be one I'd like to make. There we are. Revolver. So, revolver barrel, wooden grip. Yeah. I think a revolver barrel might not be a bad idea. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. So how do I get gunpowder, copper, lapis lazuli, paper? Okay, so that's the things I have to make with the blueprints. And then if I go here, same thing. Common projectiles, specialized. Huh. Villager trades. But I haven't seen any of those guys, so I don't think I can actually get that. And can't get it in dungeon chests. Alright. So that's something I'll do on the side just for the fun of it. And we are now full. Sweet. Alright. So I'm just gonna fill this bad boy up. It's my hand crank generator. That's my stone separator. I wonder if I can connect this to this. I don't think I can. I'll experiment with that because that might be better to use. But yeah, I'll just mess around with that. All right, so let's see. I need to do something. Well, I've got a power mode going. I've got a basic survival generator. I've got renewable RF. So I guess the next thing to do now is to actually, let's see. I guess start into the high voltage capacitor so I can get some more energy. Alright. What do we need? Iron, lead, copper, treated wood, and Rosetta. Okay. So I will get what I need to make all that stuff, and then we will go on from there. And I will also start like trying not, I wouldn't say upgrade. Eventually I'll have to do that, yes, but I'm definitely going to see if I can get a second one of these going, put it over there. That way it's just all equalized out, and then we'll go from there. So yeah, all right. So yeah, this is where we're at right now. Got a working mill, if I can walk properly. Yep, got a working mill there, windmill. I'm gonna try to put a second one right here on the front. And then in the meantime, I'll get going on the high voltage capacitor and get some more wire connectors, relays, all that other stuff. And yeah, we'll go on from there. And I'll also try to see if I can, just for fun, make that revolver and have something to show off next time. Alright, see you guys later.